Well, hello. Welcome to Lulu's Way. I'm Lulu, and I'm glad you're here. So right now, it's Tuesday morning, almost lunchtime. It's getting close to lunchtime. So I woke up in Planet Fitness parking lot this morning, and it worked out just perfectly. I didn't hear a peep all night. It was nice and quiet, and it's okay to park here. It's open 24/7. I'm a member. It works out just good. So right now, I have a great big mess in here because I woke up, I had a delicious breakfast in my dandy blend. I still have a little bit left. I didn't finish it. So I figured I would finish it at some point. So let me tell you what I did. So I had my breakfast and I just putzed online. I answered some comments. I've been looking at comments. I'm really kind of backed up on comments, but I'll get to them. I read every single one and I respond to every single one in some way. So it's coming. So since I was right here at Planet Fitness, I thought, let me get my workout in. So typically I divide it into 3 workouts because I want to get 3 workouts a week. So I do one full one with Sasha once a week. Then the other 6 days, I divided that workout into 3. So I do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm getting 2 more workouts. So that's 3 workouts a week, which is just perfect. But I've been realizing that that system, breaking it down into 3 small workouts, works really well if I'm stationary in an area and I'm kind of in a routine. Like when I was in Florida, it was perfect. Every day I knew I was going to drive on the beach and I knew the shade was going to be on this side of the car till 10 o'clock, and that's when I can get this workout in. It was only like 20 minutes long instead of an hour. Very doable. And so it just came part of my routine, you know. But actually on the road, it's a little bit, like where am I going to go? I got to find a place. Is there going to be shade, or is there a Planet Fitness? And I just thought, that system isn't working while traveling on the road. So I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 workouts a week, 3 full workouts. Let me just see how that goes. So it's Sunday with Sasha, so I figured Tuesday and then either Thursday or Friday, and then whichever day works better. And then the other days, I don't have to think about finding a place. So that's what I did. I went into Planet Fitness. I brought my headphones. Where are they? Here's my headphones. I need to put these out here and let them dry because they are very sweaty. Oh, God, did I sweat. Oh, I worked so hard. I did the full hour. And, they have all the equipment there. I don't have to pull my equipment out, so that was kind of cool. So I had a nice shower. My hair's still a little wet. I had a gorgeous shower. It was so nice. So I had a workout and a shower. So now I have my wet towel. And what I do with this is I take 3 clothespins that I have right in here. And I tack it up to this hook right here, the hook that has this little plant on it. And then I put it on this hook that has my little angel on it from Sedona, Arizona. And then I have another hook right here, and I just hook it up right here. And it's one of those Turkish towels. It's Turkish cotton towel, and very quick drying. This will be dry in a couple hours, and then I'll just put it right back in my gym bag. So let's see what we got here. I got dirty, sweaty clothes. I'm gonna put those on the floor right there. I'm gonna put them in a laundry bag. So now I have, it has all my shower stuff. So this is like all wet. Plus my shower shoes are wet. So I'm just gonna keep this open, and I'm gonna put everything open right here on the counter, and then in a couple of hours that will all be dry before I zip it up. So what I'll do is I'll roll the towel up, put that in the bag, zip it up, everything will be dry back under the bed. So I need to do some cooking. some prep cooking. Well, I got my lunch already. I have some more of that cabbage, some more of the carrots, sweet potato, and 4 ounces of that gorgeous lemon fish that I made. Avocado oil, salt and pepper. That's my lunch. And I think I have one more meal with the cabbage and carrots. I have enough fish for another meal too. I have that chicken cooked. I'll probably do the chicken on my salad tonight. So this is ready for me at noon. At noon sharp, I will start shoveling that in my mouth because I am hungry. What else is new? So while I was out in my bin, my little pantry bin that I have outside my van, I went in there to get something, and I remembered I had this chicken broth that I want to use when I make my batch of mixed grains. So before I left the house, I measured out these mixes: basmati rice, quinoa, wild rice, farro. It's a 4-grain combo. So I measured them out, and I put them in these Ziploc bags, and I didn't know how much to figure, so what I figured was 1 per week. So I knew around the time I was going to be getting back home. So I just figured out how many weeks, I don't know, what was it, 20 weeks maybe? And I packed 20 of these. This is the last one. So I'm pretty close, all considering. I might be short 1, but that's all right because I can just find other grains to have. Or I can go to the store and buy rice, you know? I'm going to make this in the Instant Pot, the rice and with this, and I'm going to do that for 3 minutes, full pressure, 10 minutes slow release. And while I was in that bin, I remembered I had this avocado oil with this much left in it, because when I filled this up, it wouldn't all fit, so I put that out there. So I said, oh, I bet you it would fit now because I've used this much. So let's see if I can empty this bottle. Perfect. Okay, let me put this in the trash. Okay. So I need to cook this, and I need to cook some sweet potatoes. I'm getting a little low on the sweet potatoes. So I'm going to get the Instant Pot out and get cranking on that. The sweet potatoes that I got, when I was looking through all the sweet potatoes at Whole Foods, there were some big ones and little ones, and I said, I'm going to get a bunch of little ones. So you see, I got all these ones that are about this size. So I'm just going to put those in whole, and I'm going to say, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. I think 7 of them will fit. So now I noticed my water was getting a little low, so that means I gotta put some water in there. So what I'm gonna do, I'll take this clip down for now, and then I'm gonna reach down in here for a bag of water, and I'm gonna pour it in. I filled up all my water jugs when I was at my friend Ed's in North Augusta. So, okay, I'm gonna get out my Instant Pot right here. Okay, I'm gonna plug it in. I'm going to plug it right into my Blue Eddy. Turn on my AC power. I don't need the rack. So what I do is 1.5 times the amount. So when I measured this out at home, I used, because I didn't want to take measuring cups with me. I don't need them for anything. So this cup right here, I filled this cup with the grains, and then I poured them in these bags. So this is how much grains I have. So I know, whoops. I forgot to put this back up. Okay. So I know I want 1.5 of these. That's what I'm going to need. So I'm going to open this up, and then I'm going to give it a little shake. And I find that the easiest way to pour this, if I pour it this way, it goes glub, 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 and it splashes. If I pour it this way, it pours just lovely. So there's 1.5. Just eyeball it. 1.5. Perfect. So I'm going to put that in the Instant Pot, put the cover on, and I'm going to select pressure cooker. Then I'm going to select 3. So it's going to beep. As soon as it begins, it's going to beep. Ready? That means, okay, you turned me on. And now I'm going to build pressure. When the pressure builds, it will beep and tell me the pressure is built, and then that's when my 3-minute timer starts. When my 3-minute timer goes off, I need to not touch it and not release the steam, not do anything for 10 minutes. It's called slow release, and it's going to use some of that residual while the pressure is not building anymore. There's still some pressure, and it's going to use that to it will use that to finish. So I find at a 10-minute slow release, and it's done perfectly. So I'm going to put this in my fridge. I find that I get 2 batches of grains out of this. So it's about, you use about half of it. So I'll use that again in some way. Let's see. Right there is good. Okay, so now I'm going to clean this out, because this is the cup I use to take my supplements. Okay. So now I got to clean these. So if you know me, you know I'm not big on cleaning my food. I don't find it necessary to be cleaning everything. I don't have running water. It's no big deal. But these have dirt on them. I don't want dirt. I don't want to eat dirt. So I'm going to get some water here. I'll show you how I do this without a sink. So I just take that much water, not very much at all, and I'm going to put some paper towels down right here. And then I just put each one in, and I just kind of roll it around and just kind of rub it just to get the dirt off. So we got some, as you can see, we have some dirty water. And I love that dirty water. Boston, you're my home. I'm gonna just pour it right out there on the side, out my side door, and give it a rinse out. Perfect. Phew. So, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little knife right here, and I'm going to poke like 4 little holes. I'll tell you what happens if I don't do that. If I don't do that, when I cook them in the pressure cooker, the skins kind of explode open, and then they're just all kind of messy. This just lets the potato vent while it's pressure cooking. I know you're probably looking at me going, Lulu, you're going to stab yourself. Well, wouldn't be the first time. But I'm doing okay. I'm doing it. There. Now they won't explode. I think my headphones are all dry. I think I'm going to just get a little light spray of the alcohol mix. Just give them a little rub around the earphones. And look at how awesome these fit right into this case like this. Isn't that cool? And it's just such a small little case. Perfect. It's perfect for me. Makes my music super sweet. So I was supposed to drive an hour this morning, but I didn't. I worked out an hour instead. So maybe this afternoon I'll travel for 2 hours. Or maybe I'll just do another. I got 2 more hours to go before I get to my destination where I need to be for Wednesday morning. So I have all day today, the whole rest of the day, and at night, and tomorrow morning to do 2 hours. So there's nothing really to worry about. I just don't want to, I don't like to just do big long chunks of driving unless I'm motivated to for a certain reason. But there's no reason. I have all the time in the world. So we'll come back when my grains are ready and I'll show them to you. The timer went off on the Instant Pot when the 3 minutes were up, and then I just started the timer on my phone for the 10 minutes because the pressure cooker doesn't time slow releases. It only times the pressure. So you have to time that on your own. So as soon as the pressure's done, it does time it. You can see the timer. Right now it says 8 minutes, so it's got 2 more minutes left. But you have to be looking at it. It doesn't have an alarm that goes off. So I can look on this, and right now I see 9, so it's got 1 more minute. But if I wasn't paying attention, it would just keep going because it doesn't ding for me. So that's why I set my alarm, because I don't trust myself. So the towel's feeling a little bit drier, which is good. But there's no rush to fold it up. You know, I'll hit the road with that hanging, and it'll be dry before I know it. So I'm going to get this big spoon. This is the biggest spoon I have. I was thinking maybe my next trip, I got to write myself a note that maybe a spoon a little bit bigger than this would be helpful to have. I don't need one of those great big huge spoons, but just something a little bit bigger. When I'm scooping this out into here, it would be nice to have one. Oh, there's my timer. Okay, so I'm going to release the pressure. It's almost nothing. Usually it goes psh, but that's when it's full pressure, but it's been slow releasing for 10 minutes, so it's not really that much. So I'm going to need a pot holder because this gets a little hot. And then as soon as that little metal button that sticks up when the pressure's on, as soon as that drops, I can open the cover. So you really can't go wrong. Oh, it just dropped. I wish I could show you, but you know, I'm a little limited with my camera angles here. Okay, so this looks very good. So I'm going to just take it out like this, and I'm going to pour it into this container to cool. Okay, so this is what it looks like. See how delicious that looks? This I typically have for breakfast with eggs. So this is a breakfast food for me. Okay, so we're going to let that cool. And when that's cool, what I typically do is I put it in a Ziploc bag. Because there's no reason for me to take up all this space in my cooler with this big container that's only filled like a third of the way. So, but this is a good container for it to sit in while it cools, and then it fits perfectly, all of this fits perfectly into a 1-quart Ziploc bag. But I'm not putting it into that kind of plastic until it's completely cool. This is BPA free, so I don't have a problem putting the heated food in this kind of container, but not the Ziploc bags. It's going to be 100% cool before it goes in there. It's going to be cold before it goes in there. So now, let me just get one of these wipes. See if I can, ouch. Let me see if I can wipe out some of this rice, because I don't need this to be totally clean, because I'm just going to do the potatoes in it. But I want to get all these grains of rice out. Okay. So now I'm going to put my rack in. I'm also going to put in like maybe a half a cup of water. So now I'm going to arrange all these in here so they all just fit. Let's see here. Okay, that's what I have right there. That's 7 of these little teeny Japanese white sweet potatoes. I'm going to put these in. I'm going to put it on pressure, and I'm going to put it on 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Well, right now it's going to beep because it's going to start building pressure. That's telling me it's going to start building pressure. Right here. That's like, okay, I gotcha. We're going to build pressure. Now, once the pressure is built, it will beep for me. It's going to let me know that that 9 minutes has begun. After the 9 minutes, it's going to go beep, 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 and then it's up to me to time the slow release. And I do a 7-minute slow release. So it's 9-minute pressure, 7-minute slow release. And this is how you prepare for successful healthy eating. Yesterday I made all my proteins. Today I made my grains. I'm all caught up with veggies. I have salad veggies and I have cooked veggies. I don't want too many cooked veggies because I don't want them to go bad. I don't want too many cooked anything because I don't want anything to go bad. So about how much to cook and how often to cook, you work that out as you go along. You figure that out as you go along. You know, my rule of thumb is like 3 or 4 days of cooked food. I want to eat it within that time. So I'm not going to cook 3 heads of cabbage and 10 bags of carrots. I've just figured it out as I've gone along because I've been doing this for a long ass time. You figure it out. I just know that like right now I have all that chicken that I cooked yesterday. I have half of the fish. I've already eaten half of the fish. I have another serving of veg, so that tells me, because I like to do cooked veg for lunch and I like to do a salad for dinner. So I have 1 more cooked veg meal with that cabbage and carrots that I'll have for lunch tomorrow. And then I know it's time to stop at the store. I'll get a couple of bags of green beans. I'll get a couple of bags of broccoli. I'll get, couple of eggplants, whatever I feel like having at that time, But I know that I'm all set with the proteins and the grains for a few days. But as soon as that protein starts to get low, I'll stop somewhere and get some chicken and fish or a steak or whatever I want. And when these grains get low, I'll just replenish. I always just have everything I need to assemble meals. These grains that I'm cooking right now, I'm not eating those today. These sweet potatoes that I'm cooking right now, I think I might need it at dinner. I had enough to put in my lunch, and I have a piece of a sweet potato left that I said, I don't think it's gonna be enough for dinner. So that's why they're in the pot. I will dip into that tonight for dinner, and I'll have the grains for breakfast tomorrow. So this is just how I do my food. I just want to prepare for success. I want to take really good care of myself. I want to love myself enough that I'm not going to hurt myself with bad food. I love myself enough to just take really good care of myself, So you want your own actions to match up with the feelings that you have for yourself. So as soon as you learn to really love yourself, the next time you're sitting there eating processed, unhealthy food that has a whole bunch of ingredients in it that you can't even pronounce, you don't even know what it is because it's not even food, it's just manufactured stuff, and we're eating it, and our body has to manage this, you'll look at that in a whole different way. You'll be just like, why would I ever put that into this body? Why would I ever do that? It's a lot of work for your body to process all that stuff. And it doesn't know what to do with it because it doesn't need any of it. It's not even food, So I'd like to encourage you to just think about ways that you can eat better. If you just start right there, just make one change. Just say, I'm going to make some cooked grains and some Japanese white sweet potatoes, and I'm going to have them at my meals. Even if that's what you're doing for now, try it, because they're both delicious. They're both amazing. So, yeah. So it is 12:07. So I didn't open my lunch at the strike of noon because I was busy with my pressure cooker. So I'm going to have my lunch supplements. And here we have it. Here's that delicious, delicious lunch. Oh, I know what I need. I need some mustard, because I love mustard on my cabbage. Just on the cabbage. I don't want it on everything else. That's getting low. So I'm going to put that right on my list. My dried fruit was low. I finished all my dates, so I put that on my list. And I'm going to put on mustard. So the next time I stop at the store to get things that I need, I always have a little list of all these other little things I need too. Go work. Yum yum. Here's that fish. Okay, the 7-minute slow release is over, and it's releasing right now, the remaining pressure. Oh, the button just went down. And I'll open the cover, And I'm just going to take a little knife and I'm going to poke each one just to make sure they're cooked through. Yeah, they feel good. So let's see, I'm going to put them all in here, line them all up to cool off. I like to kind of stand them up like this so they cool quicker. Like that. So I'm going to put that right on my bed. I'm going to unplug my Instant Pot. I'm going to turn off my AC power. And I'm going to clean up my tongs. I'm going to clean up my dishes. Oops. I just dry off the cover. It really doesn't need to be cleaned. It's pretty clean. So I got this little rack that I'm going to just spray and wipe. This looks pretty clean too. Nothing really got on it. The potato water, I can just dump right outside my door. Okay, this pot is clean as the whistle. So I'm going to open my little cubby here, and I'm going to put my Instant Pot right in there. I'm going to put in the rack, I'm going to put in the cover, and I'm going to put in the plug, and I'm just going to slide it right in. Perfect spot for it. D for done. So now I'm going to get in the driver's seat, and my grains and my sweet potatoes are going to cool, and my gym bag and my towel are going to dry. After about an hour or so, I'll find a spot to pull over, and perhaps this stuff will be ready to be put away. This will be ready to put away. I'll be ready for a little break. So here I go, on the road again. Bye for now. Hello again. So I am officially in North Carolina. I just drove about an hour, found a rest area, and here I am. So I'm going to get these grains in a zippy doodle. So I got the quart size right here. This is 100% cooled. The potatoes are not cool yet, so they're still a work in progress. And just going to scoop this in. This is what I mean, how I could use a bigger spoon for something like this, just a little bit bigger. So I usually eat these grains for breakfast, usually breakfast only, but once in a while I'll have some with my lunch or dinner. Here we go. This is it. See that? Perfect fit. These will be my breakfasts for a few days. Okay, so now everything in this bag is officially dry. The towel is officially dry. Take my little clothespins off. I love these little clothespins. Look at them. They're stainless steel, so they're not going to rust. And came in a big pack. I have a whole pile of them that I don't need, but I had to buy a pack of, I forget how many were in it. I don't know. But if you ever run into me on the road, or you're at one of my meetups, and you're like, hey Lulu, those clothespins that you have, can I have a few? Ask me, because I have them. I have a pile of them, and I just really needed a handful. I'll share them with you. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this. I want to fold this in thirds, so I go like this. There we go. Then I'm just gonna roll it up like this. And it fits perfect right in my bag, right there. This goes under my bed until the next shower, which is usually, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5 days later, depending on if I'm in the mood, depending on the situation. So that's good. So now I'm just gonna give this a clean. I put a little bit of water in there and spray. Okay. This gets very starchy. So I'm officially in North Carolina. Feels good. It feels good to have made this progress. I look forward to the rest of my day. I'm just going to, I think I'm just going to, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to set my camp chair out in the shade under a tree here at this rest stop, because it's really quite a lovely rest stop. So I think I might just go sit in the shade, and I need to work on a few things. I need to work on some things for the Maryland meetup. So I think I'm going to go do that in a chair out there for a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.